what brought you to the point where it sounds like you always had a pretty, like, healthy relationship with your OnlyFans account? You didn't feel like you
Mhm,
had to, or like that's your primary income source, like, you have a regular job, you just did it for fun. What brought
mhm.
you to the point where you started thinking about, quitting OnlyFans?
Well, it was, like, last year because, like, I make Halloween videos and I like to just be weird because it's Halloween. So, now you can't do any of that on there. You can't use, like, fake blood or anything, which is so fucking stupid. So, I couldn't upload a lot of things, that I had, and then all the messages on there, I don't ever see them. If I reply to one, it'll still say it's unread, so I don't know if it's working. Like, I've asked them a million times, it's still the same. And I just feel like it's so overdone. Like, there's just it's so to the point now where it's not risque anymore. It's so out of control and borderline cringe that I feel like the pendulum is just gonna swing back the other way. Like, it's just too much, man. It's too much. Every time I go on Twitter and I look at like Amaranth or anything like that, if she posts anything, or even Lena, the plug, all of the fucking messages are girls spamming their own OnlyFans. That is the
Really?
cringiest shit I've ever seen. I would never do that. Like, they
What do
have
you mean
no
girls
shame, dude.
spamming their own OnlyFans? Do they have, like, other accounts?
I hate it. Like, why are you posting your shit under someone else's shit? Like, that has nothing to do with that in the first place. And I don't know, it's just getting more and more cringe to me. And it's just too much, man. It's not like risque anymore. It's not like controversial. It's so overly done to the point, just like all the Satan worshiping shit, it's like corny now. It's like so dumb to me that it's not. I'm like, I would rather, like, paint my house and people watch that. I feel like it would be more arousing
People
and
would watch that,
exciting.
LeeAnn.
Like, for me, dude, I would rather watch Amish dudes build a barn than, anything online because it's
With their
not
shirts off,
yeah,
preferably,
it's
if
not
they work out.
anything anymore.
Yeah.
It's just all I don't know, cringe to me. Like, I just see it and it's like secondhand embarrassment. Like, I'll see those girls on whatever, like the one girl that just like, "Oh, I have 100 bodies," and she's like 20. That's fucking disgusting. Like, it's
Which one?
cringy.
I feel like there's a girl like that on
There's
every
so
show.
many. They think it's, like, good, and I'm like, "What is wrong with you, dude?" Like, the looking is not touching, but, like, once you start getting into that, like, what is that like, what are you doing? Like, that's not, like, a flex, dude. That's disgusting. There's girls all over, TikTok and things are, like, literally bragging about, like, giving men STDs. 'Cause, "Oh, he cheated
Oof.
on me, so I got back at him and blah." I'm like, "Dude, what is happening?" Like, it's disgusting, like, what is wrong
No,
with
it's
you,
it's
dude?
sad, it's part of, I'm
It's
gonna go
so
ahead and
gross.
blame feminism again. I think it's this defensive dating style, like, I am gonna hurt
Mhm.
someone else before someone has the opportunity to hurt me. I'm gonna reject someone else before I can feel rejected. I'm gonna sleep with a
It's so
bunch of
weird.
dudes and leave them in the dust before I can get attached to somebody. They can cheat on me or sleep with somebody else, and then I
I
feel
hope some of
bad.
them are just trolling, honestly, because it's, like, to the point now, I'm like, I don't know, if you're serious, you have problems, like I don't know, dude. I'll just, like, watch them and I can't because it's so cringy, and I'm like, "Are you trying to be, like, controversial or, like" because it's not. It's so normalized now that you just look gross. So I'm like, I
And
don't
the
know.
right talks about, like, the pendulum swinging back, right, and,
Yeah.
bringing back family values, but it seems like the oversaturation of the market of OnlyFans and just like what you're saying, it becomes cringe, it becomes, like,
Mhm.
kind of pedestrian, it becomes, like, it's not risque or edgy anymore, everyone's doing
No.
it. It seems like
It's
that is sooner gonna be the thing that, makes women wanna leave the platform and maybe
mhm.
do other things.
It is. It's, like, not it's too much, dude. It's like, I don't do extreme things like that. Like, I never was like that, like, I'm not gonna do, like, more and more extreme things to, like, get people to follow me and shit, like, I'm just not gonna do that because that's not like, no,
What do you put
sorry.
basically, what were you doing on OnlyFans? Is it just, like, your regular
Me,
rants that
I
you
make,
have
like,
on.
weird stuff, like, I'll bake topless or I talk about conspiracies topless and stuff like that, and just, like, I don't know, it's just me solo, like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do things that are Like, I'm not gonna shove, like, a million things in my butt or something like that. Like, I'm just not
No.
gonna do
A
that.
million things wouldn't even fit. I don't
No.
even I think I could fit
Or
one
just
thing
any of it.
tops.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, they just do weird things or they act like little kids too. That's, like, a thing. It's so gross to me and weird,
Oh,
like, infantile. And, I
that's
mean,
gross.
it's weird, but I obviously people like it, and it's that fucking freaks me out. I'm like, "No. Mm-mm." Like, you
I
want someone
think
that acts like a little kid?
that's
'Cause I'm
so
not doing
exhausting.
that.
I remember I had an ex who had kind of a kink like that where he wanted to be treated like a little baby, and it was and I'm
He
like, I
wanted you to
always
put
like to
diapers
think,
on him.
I'll be a good girlfriend. I'm down for
Mhm.
mostly whatever. But it's like when your kink is so fucking weird like that, it actually takes me out of it. I don't feel like I'm bonding with a person or
No.
having a sexual experience with a
There's something
partner.
wrong
I
with
feel
you.
like now I'm a sex worker and now I'm catering to your strange kink that I can't
Mhm.
get on board with. I don't feel attached to you at all. I don't feel like we're
Wait, did he want you to,
bonding.
like, put diapers on him and shit? Or,
Not
like
diapers, just, like, talk to him, that
I'm
way
like,
and,
"Oh
like,
my god,"
hold him a certain
I'd be
way,
like,
and
"You know what?
I'm like, "Don't
Mm-mm."
you care about me? Doesn't anyone care about getting me off ever? Is that ever gonna be a
No,
thing
apparently
that's
not.
important?"
No.
Like,
Oh my
everyone
god,
like it
dude.
except for Frank. Frank's fantastic. Every other guy was, like, so damn high maintenance, like, never gave a shit about me. Like,
Oh my god. I think
we
if a
could talk
dude was like,
about
"Yeah, I want you to put a diaper on me,"
oh,
I'd call the
but
police
he had mom
immediately.
issues. He had severe uh, mom issues, and,
Yeah.
that's the thing, if you're not self-aware, some of your weird shit can turn up as a kink.
Yeah, it
So,
could be weird, like, I don't, like, judge people, but for shit like that involves, like, kid things, there's something else going on there, just 'cause I maybe 'cause I just seen it a lot and I just know what to look for, but yeah, that freaks me out, man, I don't know. Like, the girls doing that are catering to men that like kids, that's fucking weird,
that's
dude,
not
like, you
good.
got
You're really
problems.
not helping. It's like,
No.
you
Like,
gotta be
you're
the bartender that cuts somebody off at that point. You gotta be like, "Oh, this is not going in a good direction for anyone."
mm-mm. No, and I feel bad for the guys that just have, like, no life, like, that guy that spent all that money on that girl, Ruby Rose or whatever, like, what are you doing?
Who's
Why?
that?
I don't know his name, but he, like, paid an absorbent amount of money just for her to l answer him. Or, like, all these dudes that just have no life, they just spend all of their money on shit like this, like, why are you doing that? Like, I don't
Because it's
want someone to do
easy.
that. You need to, like, have your own life and not be so immersed into someone that is never going to meet you or do anything. No matter what they say, they aren't, dude. Like, they're not going to, okay? I don't do that to people. I tell them, like, "I don't wanna meet you. I don't want to lead people on or do anything like that because that's when you end up dead or stalked." Like, I don't want any of that. So, I also feel bad for the men that are just so lonely that they just spend all of their time and their money on
It
shit
is.
like
It's
that.
because you don't have someone to check you. You don't have like, are you
No.
kidding me? Would think about it, like, would I love to be, I don't know, masturbating all day long and do no work and just eat coconut pie? And what else do I like to do? Shop online? Would I like to just spend all day at the mall all the time? Would I just like to, be constantly buying shoes? Like, yes, of course, but, like, you can't live your life like that. You can't just be
Mm-mm.
indulging every little thing, and I think that the men that get, like, really spending way too much of their money on OnlyFans, really getting, like, too much into their sexual kinks, like,
Mhm.
obsessive nasal gazing, like, your sexuality is one part of you, and you have to keep balance. You have to, like you have to tend to the whole body, the
Mm.
whole soul, your friends, you gotta work, you gotta, like, make
Yeah,
money, you
man.
gotta make sure you're working out, and it's like, it's when people go unchecked and you just, uh,
Yeah, they don't have
let
anyone.
yourself go
Yeah.
soft, basically.
I talked to several dudes that were like that, and I was like, "Dude, you need" when I was camming, I was like, "Stop spending all of your money, like, go do something for yourself, like, don't live in this world, like, it's not going to make you happy," and I'm like, "You spend all this money with me, and I know you're doing it with other girls, like, you're never gonna, like, have anything for yourself, and you're gonna be so caught up in this, and they're never gonna meet you or anything, nothing's gonna happen. I don't know, I don't like when girls do that either. I don't like when they lead them on, like, "Oh, yeah, you're my boyfriend online, and maybe we'll meet." Like, I just don't think you should do that to people because it could really affect them, and or they can go crazy and start stalking you and shit like that, because that has happened to girls I know in my real life. Like at the strip club, the one girl left out the back and she kept leading this dude on for months and months and months and saying, "Oh, we'll go on a date." And he kept giving her money and giving, and she just wasn't. She was never going to. And he like waited for her and raped her, and she almost died because she didn't want to tip out. So she left out the back. And I mean, this has happened many times. And I'm like, stop doing that. Like, you're
Wow.
gonna do that to the wrong person, and it's not gonna be good for you because it's happened to people I know in real life. So I don't know. I just
Damn.
don't think you should do that to people. It's fucked up. But they do all the time. And then they're
It's
just
gotta
stuck in this
compromise
online world.
your soul, like, when your income is dependent upon, like, your the degree to which you can lead somebody on.
I just
Yike.
don't know
I mean,
how
it's
they
like
do that.
you're not using your powers for good, I think, but
Mm-mm.
I know a lot of people who they it's like I had a friend the other day is like, "Yeah, I gotta make it seem like I wanna meet up with him in Atlanta, but I would never would," and it's like, "Damn,
That's a
that's
dangerous
gotta be
thing.
exhausting," and also, right, you piss the wrong guy
Yeah.
off, and they show up on your doorstep.
I made a TikTok on my main account about this, which I should make another one because girls are still doing it, especially on TikTok. They're telling these young girls that, oh, well, just go on Seeking Arrangements and you can get a sugar daddy and just lead him on and he'll send you all this money and, send him pictures of your feet. That is not happening. Okay. That's not happening. No one's sending you thousands of dollars expecting nothing. Like, you're going to get
Right.
someone killed because they're going to go insane, and you're going to keep leading them on because it happens. And I'm like, stop telling girls that don't know anything to do this because they want them to use like their referral links and shit. Like, for they get money when you sign up to OnlyFans or Seeking Arrangements. And I'm like, that is some scumbag shit, dude. Like, why would you do that? I'm like, you're going to get one of these girls like hurt or killed because you can't do that. They're going to want something from you, dude. There's no getting around that. I'm not just going to give you $1,000 for messaging them.
But they
Like,
make
come
it
on.
sound like that. Like, yeah, I've had people over the
Yeah, I
years be like, "Oh,
know.
yeah, you can make so much money. Just sell your underwear. Just sell pictures of your feet." And I'm like, "Well, it's not like that's not so easy." It's like, I
I
don't know,
mean,
it's a
it's not
part of your
easy, but you
soul. It's a part
can.
of you that you're
Yeah.
working off for somebody else, even if it's
I mean, you can sell pictures of your feet and stuff like that and not, but there's girls that are going on like sugar daddy sites and like leading them on. And these other girls on TikTok are telling them like, "Oh, just pretend like you're going to meet up with him and make plans and then, just keep doing it and have him keep sending
that's
you money." I'm like,
exhausting.
"Dude, you're going to make one of these dudes go nuts and get someone killed because they're going to want something, especially if you are saying that you're going to give them something. Like,
And
come
some
on,
guys
man."
don't know that they're getting the runaround. Some guys go, "Well, she's saying she wants to meet up."
Mhm.
And these are the guys
Yeah.
that get the catfished and shit. They're like, "Well,
Yeah, all the time,
I
man,
had the
all the
engagement
time.
ring all ready to go." You're like, "Oh, no."
Yeah, and then they're gonna go crazy and it's not gonna end well. I'm like, stop telling people to do that. Like, that's so fucked up. But then you have girls that lie about how much they make on OnlyFans too. They'll lie, and there's people on Fiverr that make fake OnlyFans statements. So they'll show it and they'll get them to sign up with the referral link, like, "Oh, look how much I made." But they're not actually making that. It's not easy to make money on OnlyFans whatsoever. It's really oversaturated, but the fact that they're making fake statements and then these girls are gonna think, "Oh, I'm gonna make all this money," and then they don't, and then they feel like shit, and then it gives them more issues because 'cause they're like, "Well, why aren't I making all this money and this girl is?"
And
But they're
here
not, like, they're
then
lying.
comes the pressure because if they're not feeling
Yeah.
like they're making enough money, they go, "God, am I not hot enough? Am I not doing enough?" And then there's that
Mhm.
pressure to keep upping the ante, keep putting more stuff in your butt, whatever it is, keep doing
Yeah.
wilder stuff.
Well, the one girl, like, fell for it. She turned 18, and I talked to her on TikTok after I made that video because she lost her
Which
boyfriend,
video
her
was
family
it?
wouldn't
Can
talk
I
to her. She made, like, $60 in 3 months, and that
Oh,
was it. So
damn.
she did all that for nothing. And I'm like, because girls are lying about how much they make, and I know why they lie because they're not worth as much as they thought that they were, so it's, like, embarrassing, but it's hard to make money on there, especially now. It's, like, very oversaturated. There's
So what
so
was it
many.
easier to a few years ago?
Mhm.
Not
Yeah,
so much
especially,
now.
like, before the pandemic, you might have had a better chance, but if you don't have, like, a following, it's gonna be harder, especially now. But, yeah, it's not like they think they're signing up and they're gonna make, like, thousands of dollars a month. That is not how that works, and so many girls lie about it, and I'm like, "That's fucked up because now you're gonna make other girls feel like shit because they're not doing what you say that they should be doing." So then they're like, "Oh, there is something wrong with me," and then they get more depressed. I'm like, "That's fucked up to
Wow.
do." That's why I don't lie about it or like, dude, it's not easy. Like, it's not like, "Oh, yeah, I make $1,000,000 a month." Like, that is rare. That's
You
not
have to
like the
spend
rule.
God, just to do this podcast, like, just to shower and put makeup on to do an interview podcast, like, there's no way I'm doing that in less than 30 minutes. There's
Mm-mm,
no way.
mm-mm.
So imagine if, like, my whole income relied on my that's why I was like, it's so much time, money, it's like the amount of
It is,
outfits you
man.
have to buy, constantly, like, fresh lingerie, constantly, like, different locations,
Yeah, and then you don't make any
getting
money, and then you're like,
photographs,
"Wow."
and then the amount of time you have to spend, like, we all know when you first meet someone and you're in love and, hours just banter back and forth, it's like, that's what these people want, and you'll
Mhm,
have, 30 people in your DMs that expect that level of, like, intimate banter. You think you're gonna have anything left in the tank to maybe date
mm-mm.
or maybe have something for your own boyfriend? I doubt it.
Most people hire people to answer those DMs too, like, there's just, like, dudes answering other dudes on there.
Yeah,
Like,
"This is
they'll, like,
Habib.
hire someone to do
Hello."
it.
Yeah.
I ain't doing that either. That's weird to me. Like, that's first of all, if you're telling them that it's you answering them, then it has to be you. Like, I don't know. I just don't like that shit. Like, why are you like pretending like it's you, but it's not? And they think like they're spending money and they think it's you, but it's really not. And I don't know. That's just fucked up to me. I don't know. I just wouldn't do that shit.
It's a little
It's like
misleading.
it's like deceiving. I don't know.
So what would this look like? So, do you think you'll give it till the end of the month on OnlyFans? Do you think you'll just see how it goes?
Yeah, at this point, I said it's probably like the end of February, but I'm not gonna take it down if there's still people like that paid. So I'll just wait till it gets down low, and then just take it off probably. So it's just
Okay.
not, I don't know. There's too much. It's too much going on. I don't even think people really care anymore anyways. So
No, I think people that already like you don't even really ca I know this sounds weird, but, like, probably don't need to see you naked, like, people like you for your
yeah, they don't
personality,
want that at all.
and
They don't want that
they're gonna be
anyway.
like, "Oh, I can't see
So
her naked anymore, goodbye."
yeah, like, I don't have a problem with nudity at all. It's just, like, at this point, though, it's just it's too much. It's just too much, dude. Like, it's too much, and plus, I really do wanna run for Congress, so I probably like, I'm not gonna hide it,
Really?
obviously, but, like, I don't wanna have that, so
When would you do that? That's exciting.
I've been talking to people, like, I really want to do it though, so I don't wanna just, like there was, like, some girl that was on OnlyFans, it's like, "Oh, I'm gonna run for Congress and get money through OnlyFans." Nothing I don't even know what her name was, I don't know what happened to her, like, Steven Crowder had her on, and she wasn't serious, and I was
Mhm.
like, "Man, you're gonna make it hard for me because I am fucking serious, like, I don't wanna just do it, like, oh, I'm going to." No, I want to fucking do it because these people need to be stopped. And plus, I don't care. I don't care about being threatened. I don't care about money. Like, I don't care. Like, I'll do it and fuck that, dude. I'm getting sick of this shit. So,
When would that process start?
I mean, I've been talking to people in oil and gas just because I will accept money from that industry because I agree with that industry for the most part. It's not perfect, but I don't want to take money from places that I have to be like beholden to because
Mhm.
I refuse. That's how we got in this mess in the first place. 'Cause they just take donations and money and bribes and no. Like, I just need the money to run. So,
Right.
because it's like the minimum is $275,000. Why? I have no idea. No fucking idea. It should not be like that at all. So,
Jeez.
yeah. I'm trying to find places where I am fine taking the money to do this and not from places that I don't agree with or I'm gonna have to, like, do shit because I won't. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't wanna do that. It's, like, a lot of work. They make it as hard as possible, and this is
Oh,
why normal
yeah.
people don't run because it's so much
Mhm.
money and it's so much you have to do, and it's ridiculous. They make it like this on purpose, so only rich people and the people rich people want can get in there. But if we, like, crowdsource each other, if people wanna run, then I think we could do it. I think if you just we have to crowdfund though and stuff, or take money from
Yeah.
organizations that you like and trust or believe in, so you're not, like, beholden to the fucking George Soroses of the world. So
Well, I'm
plus you can't be
excited. Let me know
scared.
how I can help you. This is very exciting. You'd be the first
Yeah, I
politician
think
that
more
I'd be.
people need to start running for local things, just like Forest Mommy Jessica did,
Yeah.
and, like, who cares? I might not win, but I will fucking try. Like, look at our
Yeah.
fucking country, dude. Like, it's insane. I'm sick of this shit.
I love that. Okay, well, we'll have to do another episode about your congressional run as soon as that pops off. I believe in you, LeeAnn. You can do it. You're the shit.
Thanks. I mean, I'll try, man. I don't know, maybe I won't win, but I don't know what else to do at this point because 'cause I'm just so fucking over this shit, dude.
I
Like,
know.
I get so pissed every day. Like, these people do not deserve to be in Congress. They don't deserve any of this shit. They don't care about us. They fucking hate our country, clearly. Like, look at it. It's
Yeah.
insane.